was gonna. So I've been here for a week. One thing I noticed about here in South Africa, the apartheid. That's it, right? Apartheid. I can never say that right. I don't know. Maybe it's my accent.
No, you must never be able to pronounce it. It's not part of your dictionary.
And what I noticed that that was only over 29 years ago. 25, right? So bam,
1994.
1994. So about 25, 29 years, right? But what I noticed that a lot of our people here actually believe that they are free. In other words, they want to forget like it never happened. I had a big problem with that, because that's not a long time at all. And the way they behave around here, that, and I also notice the whites around here have no respect for the blacks here. They talk to them any type of way, but the blacks more like more respect towards them than their own blacks. But the white people have no. So I said that though to say this, that also the sister that was here earlier make a statement. She said the reason a lot of people here in South Africa more like try to reject the Bible is because when the colonizer come in, they come in with the Bible. I understand that, because like I was telling a brother Saturday, one of the problems we have that in slavery, if you know, there was a law that we could not read and write. So what they did is whatever we learned, they took the Bible and they turned it against us. So when they come and they say, oh yeah, God said they can put us in slavery, they can do this, they can rape, they can rob, they can murder, we still got to forget them, but that's not in the Bible. So my thing is that here in South Africa, we already got a couple of people here, a couple of brothers here. About 20 brothers and sisters here. I hate to say it, but I don't see myself living here, because I actually got a problem the way the whites treat the blacks here. To me, it's like it still exists, and for some reason I cannot get it out of my head.
The danger we have faced is that our African government that came into space did not understand the impact of colonization. They came in to run the system which the white man was running. So our oppressors now are the black brothers and sisters who are running the colonial system on behalf of the white man, who says, I've left it to you and you're free. So the legislative framework is still okay. We can only share toilets and bathrooms, but we can share ownership of insurances and banks,
right,
and construction companies, and where changes are impactful. So it looks like our independence was to share the same toilet, because we used to have put notices, no blacks allowed, no whites only, kind of thing. So when democracy came, quote unquote democracy, they just went and removed the posters, but the mindset still remains the same.
Right.
You can now use my toilet, but don't think that by using my toilet you're better than me. So it became a psychological war.
Yeah, that is.
So our mothers are still working in the white man's kitchens,
right,
as they used to in the other days. Only a few of our brothers have moved into the white communities, but they've moved in there because they're now sitting on the table with the white brothers. And what are they being told on those white tables? You are better than them. You are not like them. So immediately they have the belief of money. They buy their houses away from the location in Deviton and Soweto.
Right.
They come to Houghton, they come to Melrose Arch, and then they have their children to white schools. They're now buying their foods in Woolworths, in the white spaces. They're also learning how to play golf and play bowling with white little pair of shorts and some small little dukes on their necks on a Sunday. And what can you tell that boy? Because he's a graduate of Harvard University. He's a graduate of Oxford University. And when he talks to his fellow equals, they understand him. But the question, when you take him to the village, when his mother dies, is a boy who will not sleep at his own home. He will hire a hotel, or the mother must book a room next door. He will bring his own groceries and food and drink, because he can no longer eat or relate. They don't understand him. So you understand the psychological whitewash of the mind. It's something that you must look at. And if there's a place you must work, it's South Africa. It's for that reason that you must come, if you hear me. Because that feeling that you have, that is a true African feeling, that many of us at the bottom are feeling. And if you're bringing a word of encouragement and you're becoming a missionary, It is to help even the brothers who are in that state to say, no, brother, you can't think like that. You are this, you are not that. So don't avoid us because we are behaving less than. Maybe we are still recovering from the addiction.
And we were on the street teaching yesterday, and there's a college here. I forgot the name of the college. Alexander College. And a lot of the
area.
Oh, that's the area. Yeah.
Alexander's across the road. That's where the blacks are.
Yeah. And they were out in the street, photography.
Separated by a street. The wealth, this is the richest 1 mile in the whole of Africa.
Yes.
And that is the poorest 1 mile in the whole of Africa.
Mm.
With people sitting and staying on top of each other. Separated by a street.
So they were in the streets doing photography, fashion. So we were in a corner teaching the Bible. Come back to who you are. And they were so adamant that they were free. They don't need God anymore. They are free. Mandela set them free. Did Mandela really set the people free?
The narrative that European media would sell is that which benefits them. Because anything to the contrary of that will start up a new revolution and war if need be. If the white media will not tell the African, or if the white media will tell the African what was in the pact of the sunset clauses prior to the liberation of South Africa, South Africans will lose their minds and will go to war the following morning. Because what was signed for in the peace treaties is not what the South African is experiencing.
Right.
We were not told the whole truth about land, about laws, about prisons, about education. We were just told that you will be free. So they woke up one morning and hit the table and said, you're now free. But who told the African how to be free? Free to what?
Right.
Our graves are still in the farms of the white people.
Right.
I can't go there to clean up my father's graves. So free from what? If one can define that freedom. Our children in some certain places, they don't have freedom to go and study in those schools. So free from what? You walk up to the bank tomorrow morning, you will not have a loan the same way a white man will get a loan.
Correct.
So free from what? So you're free from what? In some certain restaurants, you can't even go and eat in some certain restaurants now in a free South Africa. There is a place there in South Africa, Orania. They've created a town for themselves, purely Afrikaners only. No black man is allowed there. You only come here to work and get out. But the rest of the people that live here are purely Afrikaners. Because Afrikaners notice that their children are getting married and their children are also marrying blacks. And the far left, the KKK translation here, which are the Afrikaners say, no, we are being pushed out of the radar. Let's create our own city. So they went to the government, applied for everything. They got their few square kilometer, hectarage, whatever it is, and they're building their own city with their own currency, their own flag, their own language, and their own ethics in South Africa. In South Africa.
Right.
Now you understand me, my brother? It's like when I invade your house, then I create my house in your house, and you have no problem with that. Like at the center of your house, I put my house, I put my flag, I run my currency and my own ID passports in your house. Hell, the arrogance of the Afrikaners and the white people is beyond imagination.
Yes.